And in business, there are going to be people that just do not support what you're doing, and it's okay. Do not let that slow you down. Do not let that take you away from your plan. You must move forward with what it is that you're supposed to do. Jazmin J here with Let's Talk Business Podcast. Back with season number 3. In this season, we're definitely going to be talking about you, your brand, and your business. All of it. Getting all up in the business. Want to know how it got started, but we also want to know about the person behind the brand. So this particular episode, I don't have a guest. It's just me. So you'll get to know a little bit about me. And what I really want to talk about is just mindset. The mindset when you're ready to start a business, setting goals, and evaluating yourself. So all that just really leads up to accountability. So my name is Jazmin J. I have a business, the Business Umbrella, and I also have another business, CC Network. And so in order to start these businesses, I went through a time where I felt like I was isolated. So during COVID, I spent a lot of time by myself, and I had to do a lot of self-evaluation. And so I just want to really talk about what that process is and how that will really help you as you move forward with starting your business. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to start a business that will be successful, and they want to hire staff and all of that. And in order for you to be able to be a leader and lead staff, you have to be able to lead yourself at the end of the day and hold yourself accountable. So the whole self-evaluation piece is just really taking a look at yourself, your pros and your cons, the good characteristics and things that you can work on. So when I was going through a time of spending a lot of time by myself, what I got to see about myself is that I'm very persistent. So if there's something that I want to do, I'm very persistent about getting it done. I'm an executor. So if I say I'm going to do it, most likely I'm going to get right to it. But I also realized that I do have fear. You know, sometimes when I see a project or something that I want to do, I know that I can do it, but the fear is still there. So it takes me a while to get started. And in business, I've talked to a lot of different CEOs and work with a lot of different people that own their own businesses. And we basically, so me being in business and me working with other people that have their own business, sometimes we have conversations about getting started and how we want things to be perfect. And, you know, we want everything to be in order before we do something. And at the end of the day, I think some of that plays a part in fear. You know, it's not all going to be perfect. It's just a matter of getting started. So during my self-evaluation, when I recognized that fear is something that I do experience, I automatically had to reset my brain to say, hey, when fear comes up, then execution must rise as well. So I'm saying all that to say that if there's something that you want to do, there's a business that you want to start, look at yourself, figure out what are you good at and what are the things that you need improvement on. And when you see the things that you need improvement on, then you need to put things in place to make sure that you're working on those things for yourself. And the things that you do well, then you need to make sure that you're executing and continuing to do those things. Another thing I would like to talk about is accountability. So when you're trying to start a business, I tell everybody, first thing that you need to do is write it out. Write out a plan. What is the plan? What is the business? What is it about? Who is it for? Who's your target audience? Who are you going to help? What problem does it solve? These are all things that you can write out. Then you start setting your goals, right? So if you're starting a business from scratch, we start talking about how you're going to register this business, how you're going to fund this business, who's going to work in the business, all those type of things, which I'll go into detail on another episode just about goal setting and how to execute a strategic plan. But nevertheless, you put a plan together and figure it all out. Figure out the steps that you're going to take to get started. Once you put that plan together, you put action steps in place. And when you have those action steps say, hey, on Tuesday, I'm going to register my business. On next week, on next Tuesday, I'm going to go open up my bank account. Or if you're at a higher level and you have staff, you're saying, okay, I'm going to start holding quarterly meetings with my staff. I'm going to start evaluating, whatever the case may be, whatever situation you're in. You have these action steps that you must take. So the accountability part comes in is when you're not doing those action steps, when you're not doing what you need to do to get your business started, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to look in the mirror and say, hey, I haven't done the things that I said that I was going to do. But you do not get stuck there. Once you recognize you haven't done those things, then in my experience, you pivot. You go back to the drawing board and figure out what do you need to do different to make sure that these goals are met. And accountability plays a big part in everything that you do outside of business, just you yourself. For instance, me, I'm a mother. I have 3 children. I'm a daughter. I'm a CEO. I'm a friend, a sister. And so in all of those things, I always ask my children, everybody that's in my circle, to hold me accountable for the things that I'm supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to hold you accountable. And with that accountability, you don't have anyone to blame. It eliminates excuses, because at the end of the day, I really believe that you can manifest the life that you want for yourself. I really believe that whatever you want in life, you have control over yourself, and you can put yourself in situations. So when you do that, you have to hold yourself accountable, and it can be in a positive way, as well as holding yourself accountable for things that you need improvement on. So mindset, that brings us to the next thing, your mindset. In business, when you start a business, there are going to be people that support, and there are going to be people that don't know anything about your business. And then there are going to be people that hate. And I'm not saying it in a way like, oh, haters. I mean, there are actually going to be people who dislike what you're doing. But for yourself and your mindset, you have to know that you created this business for specific people. The business umbrella was created to help entrepreneurs where they didn't have to worry about their finances or any administrative tasks. The business umbrella would take care of all of their financial and administrative tasks so that they can focus on what the business does. So for instance, like our cameraman back there, shout out to G, Mad Productions. He's a camera operator. He's a videographer. So if the business umbrella was to work with Mad Productions, the business umbrella would handle all of the financial and administrative duties for Mad Productions so that Mad Productions can work on providing quality productions for all of his clients. So when you talk about who your business is for, like I said, you create a business for a target audience. So like I was mentioning, the business umbrella is there to service entrepreneurs. There are going to be people that really appreciate what the business umbrella does because it solves a problem for them. So the example I gave with Mad Productions, if I was to be working with Mad Productions, he would be a supporter of the brand because there's a problem that's being solved by the business umbrella for him. But there's also people that don't believe in that. They believe that as an entrepreneur, you should not outsource and that you should do everything yourself. And that's okay for people to believe that, but that's not my target audience. So for my mindset, when I hear people say, oh, no, why are you doing that? People can get apps and do their own accounting. People can do all of these things themselves. I'm okay with that, but I don't let that affect what I want to do with my business because what I recognize is that person is not a part of my target audience. So I'm saying all this to say that you have to have a very strong mindset in order to have a successful business because you have to be able to decipher exactly, you have to be able to decipher if this is information that will help you move forward. Is this something that you need to take a look at, or is this just talk? And in business, there are going to be people that just do not support what you're doing, and it's okay. Do not let that slow you down. Do not let that take you away from your plan. You must move forward with what it is that you're supposed to do. For me, I'm very passionate about the things that I do. I'm very passionate about the things that I provide. So at the end of the day, when I'm feeling I'm not encouraged or I'm feeling a little frustrated, I think about my why. And my why starts with who I'm here to serve. You know, why am I doing this? Why did I get started? And when I think about that passion comes up and I go back to my plan. So at the end of the day, if someone can take you away from what it is that you're doing, there's something that you need to look within yourself. Okay. And like I said, that's all a part of having a very strong mindset because things are not going to always be the way that you thought that they would go. And so like I said, with this season, we're talking about you, your brand, and your business. You are your brand. You are a part of your business. And for some people, they separate it. for me, I've tried that. I've tried to have, okay, the business umbrella, and this is what the business umbrella represents, and then this is who Jazmin is. And it never worked because I always felt like I was doing two different things. At the end of the day, I am Jazmin. This is who Jazmin is, and this is my brand. And I represent my brand, and my brand is built on things that I truly believe in. So whatever you want to do in life, whatever you want to do with your business, you have the power to define that. You have the power to say what that is. You have the power to say how you will move that forward. The number one key is it's going to start with you. If you don't believe in your own business, if you don't believe in your own visions and your own goals, how would anybody else believe in it? And another thing with that is, as a CEO, as a business owner, as you're out networking and meeting with people, it's your job to be able to show them what it is that you're doing. You have to paint your vision to other people. And that's why I say it's so important. The number one thing with business is to work on yourself first. Because if you're not able to handle certain things, then that takes you off track from what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So this season, like I said, we're going to continue to talk about business and talk about you and your brand. I'll be bringing on, next week, I'll be bringing on someone that is doing marketing. And I just want to talk to them about what that walk is like for them. How did they get started in entrepreneurship and how it affects their life? Because in business, it's not only just you doing your business. You are a person. So you have family, you have friends, you have so much that you have to balance in getting all this done. And so I just want to talk to other entrepreneurs and find out their journey and how they go about doing it. And if it's similar to mine, or if I can learn something from them, if they can learn something from me. I'm just real big on experiences, maximizing and utilizing your experiences and then learning from other people. And I feel like that's what has led me to get to where I am today. I don't have it all together at all. I'm trying to figure it out just like everyone else. But the things that I have learned is that it starts with me, making sure that I'm strong in what I'm doing, making sure I'm working for a plan, making sure I'm holding myself accountable. Then making sure I surround myself with like-minded people. The people that I work with on a daily basis, the people that come in and out of the studio, they inspire me. They encourage me. On the days that I'm frustrated or I have fear, they show me that it's a different way. So it's very important to surround yourself with people that are trying to do some of the things that you're trying to do. And also surround yourself with people that will hold you accountable. The team here at CC Network, they are honest. If it's not what it's supposed to be, they're going to let you know. If you say you're going to do something one way and you do it another, they're going to let you know. And I appreciate that. And I don't take it as an offense because I know where they're coming from and it's all a part of accountability. So I want to wrap this very short episode up by just saying, if you want to do something, you can do it. It all starts with you. You have to take some time, evaluate yourself, make sure accountability is a part of your daily routine, that you're holding yourself accountable and the others around you, that your mindset starts in a positive place. And when we talk about mindset, routine is a good thing. So for me, how I balance my mindset in the morning is I journal. When I wake up in the morning, I pray. I thank God for everything that he's done for me. And then I journal. I journal out how I'm feeling. I journal out some of the things that I need to get done for the day. And sometimes I wake up and I'm not in a great mood. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I just don't feel like it. But when I sit and I write out all of those feelings, it helps me realign myself with my purpose. And then I'm able to go out and take on the day. And the most important thing that I always like to say is you have to be working from a plan. For me, in my experience, goal setting has been one of the number one things that keeps me focused because I always have something to go back to see where I'm at and where I need to go. If I need to pivot, if I need to get back on the track that I'm on, or if I need to throw that whole plan in the trash and start over, that's okay too. It's all about progression. Just make sure that you're going for your goals and that you never give up. So it's been a short episode with your girl, Jazmin J, here with Let's Talk Business. Like I said, this season, we'll be talking about you, your brand, and your business. If you have a business and you want to come on and share your experience with others and be able to encourage and be impactful to others, then you can email me at JazminJ@thebusinessumbrella.com, and we'll work out what we need to work out to get you on the show. All right, Jazmin J, let's talk business.